This video here and this previous video, which we'll get into this one. That one's one to really pry into. I'm almost tempted to add the guy, even though the video outright says not to. This is very interesting. I am very aware of what ERPing is on VR chat. It is a grossly it's like a virus that loves to spread itself around across to all of the people around in VR chat and convince them to experience pornography within a game of pixels. Now, a lot of people within VR chat take ERPing very seriously, and some people come on VR chat for the pure habit of ERPing. Now, if that's your thing, okay, but it's weird. I will straight up say that. And these guys, what's his name? Awful VR. He posted this, and I started watching it, and I knew I had to live stream with my professional 2019 to now VR chat history. Um, yeah, let's just go and get into it. I was gonna drop some more of my background on VR chat. That way, it gave me more room to speak, but I can summarize it very quickly by saying avatar creator. Sometimes it starts immediately as crazy. So most of the time people do go to a private instance like or separate room. Now most of the time when ERPing is happening inside age-gated servers, that's why it's age-gated most of the time, or age-gated so people can find partners to ERP with later. Honestly, I see the whole entire age-gating photo verify thing, me as a former, before the whole entire age verify, I find it disgusting. Whenever I walk into a server and I hear what's your age, it instantly tells me exactly what their priorities are. Which I guess partially to like, their priorities is partially to protect, but they're protecting people from themselves and their own intentions. VR chat is a game that's literally advertised for children, and you're choosing to do it in that type of game. This first disgustingly horrid. When I was fucking 13 and I grabbed my VR headset and joined in and seen some of the things inside VR chat, it makes me wonder if I can open a lawsuit. There's a point in it. I find this so funny. There's one part in this where they were doing it and they're like, congratulations. Yeah, right there. And then dude's moaning. The ERP is so fucking weird. Now, even though the YouTuber here said that he doesn't like they're just faking it out in the game, just fake doing it. So I mean it's true, but it's not always true. There are some avatars that are able to like link to adult items within the real world to do adult things to them in the real world. Very weird, but it's a thing. So when you hear that moan, either A, buddy's got a butt plug on, or B, he's really into it. Congratulations. Bro. Fuck no. I've never, in my history of playing VR chat, ever ran into this, by the way. I've always been the type that when people would try to, this is so weird to say, when people would try to groom me as a young child on VR chat, they would bring me to private instances because I was a young child. Unfortunately, I was a smart young child, so I wouldn't ever get groomed, but I definitely took notes on what they were doing. I've never actually ran into a collage seven deadly sins ass world in my whole entire life. There probably is. It's not only furries that do, I mean, it's typically furry avatars that are doing these kinds of weird things. Let me get to a brighter section so my face is more seeable. There. It's not only furries that do this inside VR chat side instances. I've actually joined a Five Nights at Freddy's world, where they actually age gated it and tried making sure everyone was above age so everyone can ERP in there and said Five Nights at Freddy's themed avatars. Also another reference to, or like another thing goes to, that's concerning for kids. VR, like Five Nights at Freddy's VR worlds are very popular among kids. The fact that you're doing that in those type of worlds with those type of themes, obviously kids will try to join the instance, and then you're gonna make kids see things that they shouldn't be seeing, especially in a game. Oh shit. Alright, that's enough of that. Yeah, ERP's super weird. I don't want to make a whole entire live stream based off of it. Just felt like I should throw some jabs at it. Now, this freak of nature here, um, actually I've encountered people like this myself within VR chat of just becoming immediately obsessed with you. Like, balls and mouth obsessed and slurping type of obsessed. Like, this guy, a little bit of pre-context, he just met a girl the other day, and in that one, I would say probably be at about like 8 hours of sleep, he formed the most beautiful bond ever. Maybe even the idea of marriage came across his mind. Something in his heart kicked. You know, it was like the fucking purple-haired dude from Tokyo Ghoul. His soul just it craved this girl and it told him this is the one. Wherever she's at in the world, Cambodia all the way through, it's the girl you need. So he flips the fuck out. That's the best way how to describe it. He is indeed lying. You'll find out later they had a whole shtick to get this guy mad originally. He is being very delusional. He's an absolute degenerate. I don't know. Let's go towards this whole entire flip out that this guy's doing. Let's go. They're already comforting him there. That's not the portion that we're interested in. We're interested in how they actually met. Yeah, right here. Okay, I'm gonna throw some of the blame on the girl here too. I know this entire video paints it as he's crazy, which he absolutely is. There's no way around that. But I want to just point out this sheer fact of how when she rejects him, she changes her mind and gives him, I guess, a spark of hope that there could be something. This whole situation could have been easily wrapped up if she would have just told him that and let him walk away. But then she had to drop the "I'll make an exception for you" line, which obviously brought the guy back and made him think that they were gonna start talking. So it is a two-way fault kind of thing. Boom. Yeah, exactly like oh shit, I just had a big lag spike. But exactly like he said you should have said that. She already settled it. He could have walked away and that it could have all been wrapped away. But then she had to drop this. Boom. I say it's two-way blame. She brought this whole entire crash out within herself. I want to find the part where he says that he would absolutely like yes. They're both bad. Both the girl and him are horrible people. Nah, she's not a horrible person, but yeah, he's a horrible degenerate. He's a terrible. I don't know. He said that he was going to do bad things to this girl, so hopefully she decides she likes it and wants to stay around and not cheat on him with this guy here, who's just a troller. Very, very disgusting all the way around. But you'll run into things like this, damn, all the time on VR chat. Let's go to That hurts my feelings. I'm a full body VR. I don't think that's. Greed, maybe? Envy? There's way more sins that help describe the craving of wanting either A, more money, or B, more objects. Not lust. Lust is purely a sexual sin. I also just said that he was wrong about it, but that's not why she's going off on him. I'm already going to take a big predictor. This is my big prediction. When she hears anything about God or Jesus, something inside of her body curdles. It's like a revolting vomit that she has to get out and just try to de-objectify. Listen, I'm not a religious person myself, but my brother is. My brother loves God, he loves Jesus, and he believes in Jesus, and I will support his adventure for Jesus as much as he desires. I'm personally not cutting myself off of religion either. I'm completely open to the thought of God, though I have my struggles of following him like any other Christian. I'm not saying that I'm perfect, and nor am I saying that I perfectly believe in him or that I even believe in him in general. I am saying I'm open to the belief of him. I'm just hoping as I get older, I'll get wiser and find my path. I'm only 19, and I doubt that if God's real, he expects me to have everything figured out. But that completely got off of to a personal rant there. I do genuinely think that the only reason why she's singling out this guy right here is because he has Jesus slash saves. Then he's talking about it, and something in her just hates the fact of religion. So what she's saying is she disagrees with his Jesus beliefs. She doesn't think God's real, and for that he's a completely shitty person. And so she's gonna come in here and have a tantrum and stomp on his beliefs. Unfortunately, my time inside VR chat, I've also seen the same exact thing where there's a guy walking around the black cat preaching the gospel to people, and people are genuinely having conversations. One dude even admitted an attempt on suicide, in which that attempt made him find God. A beautiful thing, very beautiful thing, and I'm glad his suicide attempt did not work because nobody deserves to die, especially by self-hand. There's always better options. If you're watching this and you're struggling, there's better options. Comment down below. I'll reply. I'll be in the ear. It's I feel like even other people will agree with this. No matter what you're going through, and I'll say this as if I'm speaking to you, if for the people that are struggling, no matter what you're going through, I would rather hear you complain and cry about it for hours at a time than never hear from you again. That's a deep thing, but it's true. And if for anyone that you think might not think that, I guarantee you there's someone in your life that also believes that they would rather hear from you forever rather than ever hear from you again. Now, what I was originally gonna say, unconnected to that, is the dude was sharing his whole entire opinions and got other people opening up about their way of finding Christ. And a group of people came in and just started absolutely hammering it, calling them Nazis and everything like that, and it went completely south. Um, though the people just straight up ignored him, he still stayed around and kept on shit talking them and trying to get me to side with them, which I'm not going to do. After all, they're having very deep personal conversation, though VR chat might not be the best environment for it because of people like that. It's still not something that should just be absolutely stomped on or walked over, or, but each their own, if you want to troll, but still question yourself for the things you're trying to troll on. Again, lust is only sexual tent. The words that he's looking for, the sin that he's looking for is envy or greed. No, no. You don't have to say something to say, that's my opinion after everything. That's the equivalent of me having to look outside, see the sky's blue, and say the sky's blue. In my opinion. It's just the fact that the sky is blue, just as much as whatever he said about the lust thing, though I disagree because it's not actually by definition. To him, it probably is his own definition. He don't have to say, in my opinion, off of everything he says. Um, Another big guess outside of the whole entire religion shaming that she's trying to do, something tells me she's a Quest user, and she was just hearing this guy talk about how sometimes Quest users lust or envy people who have PCs and PC VR FBT. And I think something in that struck her nerve. Maybe she's one of those people envying over it. No. In America, there's a thing called freedom of beliefs and freedom to exchange those beliefs and freedom of speech. Um, all those laws apply inside VR chat if it wants to be here in America. That's why it's here in America. Um, so no, he's not forcing no one to believe. He's not tying them down, and he's not saying you have to believe things the way I am. He's just exchanging his freedom of ideas. But it's not required. Your job here, Goth Sushi, is not to dictate how people word themselves. I, a lot of people do that inside VR chat if they feel like they're losing an argument. They have to throw it down to a "you're gay." I mean, that's exactly how it goes. Or, hey, you are standing up for this guy. You must be gurgling his balls. Those are typically the big drop lines. The mic drops inside VR chat, which honestly is more embarrassing to yourself than the person that you said it to. Not a conversation, shaming. So I can already I want to see how I'm gonna watch this whole thing, but I can see why her crash out's happening. Something in her just absolutely hates God because to her, if you believe in God, you're stupid. Oh, that's a stupid way of believing in it. I keep on pausing a lot, but it's still infuriating how she keeps on saying that you have to say, in my opinion. No. To Christians, Jesus walking, everything they believe in is a fact. That to them, it is a fact. And you're not allowed to tell them. You have to say it's an opinion instead of a fact. Let it be a fact to them. My brother believes that Jesus walks. To him, that is a fact. For me, I'm wary about it. I'm not saying that's even a fact, it's just my belief. And I don't go to my brother and be like, are you sure it's a fact that he was actually breathing here? Um, or can you just say, in my opinion, Jesus walked? No. Especially for religion, I feel like it's kind of fucked up to just be like, you have to give me 100% factual to even talk about it. No. Nothing in the world. This is said by a preacher, which I know I'm not fully religious as I stated, but a preacher once said that nothing in earth is truly 100% provable, even in science, and that's actually a fact within itself. So yeah, their fact on God, what they believe in, whatever it is, that's completely factual to them. Nothing, even whatever she's probably believes, is 100% provable. Exactly. If they're saying it in the first place, it's clearly their opinion. You don't need to drag that line out and have to make it very clear, bold line like it was an important line. Anything anyone says from their own mouth is their own opinion. And in America, we're entitled to our own opinions. It's a right to have your. Not is it a right? Yeah, it's a right. That's yeah. It's a blood given, born right to have an opinion here on America. As long as your opinion don't threaten or endanger others. Tyranny, all that Hitler stuff, anything like that. If your opinion is like, I believe that we should kill 80% of the population, that's not a legally protected opinion there. So don't have those type of opinions. You're allowed to have opinions as long as your opinions or whatever you say does not endanger or threaten to endanger anyone. That's the extent of our freedom. And him talking about God did not endanger anyone. It was just him giving out his opinion, his religious views, which he's completely entitled to. And I honor him for that. If this guy ever sees this video, keep doing what you're doing. If you want to talk about the gospel to people, enjoy it and love it. That's just the way I see it. Seems like Lupin's a normal human being who understands that VR chat is a game that is meant to be enjoyed, not to have your arguments over what's an opinion and not. It's a not talking actually. I hate when females do that. It's not only females, but it's happened more to me from females than men. Where they'll say we're having a conversation while the conversation itself is actually one-sided. It's like one person's trying to get one word in while the other person keeps on shutting them down. Instead of having a back and forth conversation, it's more of a abusing conversation, a shaming conversation. That's not a conversation. That's just shaming someone. She's spending her time ripping this dude, not talking back and forth to him. It probably will. No, he's not. I already said it enough. You don't have to. Preachers don't go to church and say a fucking Bible verse and be like, in my opinion, afterwards. That's not how that goes. Oh my god. This girl, I don't know what's. Golf Sushi. I don't even know what to say to you, man. I hope everything I've said so far, if you do see this, I hope you, like, your brain clicks. Like, you realize people do have freedom of speech, you know? And everything that I say doesn't have, I don't say in my opinion about. Huh. So why was I spending 24 minutes ripping some guy about it? Probably an hour, cut to 24 minutes, but yeah. Is this guy trying to say that this guy, being a follower of Christ, is not welcome to a has-been hotel area because it's based off of the underworld or hell? Okay. I feel like some people that watch Has Been Hotel are Christian. I don't know what's telling me that, but I something in me tells me that. Just like I watch Tokyo Ghoul, which is an anime about eating other people, yet I don't eat other people. Also, hold on. What's the problem with the pronouns being Jesus saves? You don't know what he identifies as. Come on, man. Be woke. What the fuck's wrong with you? Yes. She said stop normalizing religion. That's such a stupid thing. Religions existed ever since mankind was probably aware that we can die. So normalize it. It's been normalized from the Stone Ages, probably. Actually, guaranteed. I'm pretty Egyptians had their own religious beliefs. Normalize talking about religion. If you have a religion, spread it. Talk about it. I'm pretty sure every religion encourages you to spread the religion to people. Um, it should be a part of normal functioning society. She needs to read the Constitution. I don't know if the Constitution actually. I don't know if the Constitution specifies that, but the Constitution has the laws in it, I believe. She needs to find whatever thing expresses. Hold on, I'm about to. Money. Not only has religion started wars, but money's started wars. Just disagreements have started wars. Borders have started wars. Not only religion is a thing of war. She's trying to compare religion now, I think, to the Holocaust. Or alluding to it. It's not a show, it's a game. Exactly, like I said, just be religion doesn't make you have to be cut off from everything. If a person's religious, they can still enjoy other things. You are completely able to do that. They won't agree with you. They'll probably tell you to fuck off because, like you said, what the difference is he did not come here with ill intent to piss people off. He came here and started talking about his religion, just because it probably popped up. Now, what you're talking about is going off somewhere to evoke, a reaction, provoke a reaction out of people or a group of people. Um, I also think that that's illegal. Falls. It depends on what he's trying to do here. If he's going to a Christian area to try to get them to all fight each other or start a fight, it's illegal. But if he's just going there and saying whatever he believes, if he goes there and says God's not real, they'll probably be like, "Hey man, you're wrong. It's fucked up. Why did you come here just to do that?" But on the counter, this guy came here, was talking to some buddies, and got on the topic of it. He didn't come here and be like, God's real and y'all are retarded. He didn't do that. Yeah, yeah. No, I don't. Okay, when you said sorry for losing my composure, that got corny, but you're completely cool to tell them to fuck off and let the game just be a game. You did not overreact. But the fact that you tried pointing it out kind of made it a little bit corny. But no, you were completely allowed to do that. Yeah, obviously, we still got half a video, so. She's just trying to have fun, that girl there. I don't think she's actually fully aware of the whole situation. So I don't think she's trying to target anything. I think just for the way she's acting, she's just trying to get everything a little bit more lighthearted. Now, why would that guy block her? Real quick, with my VR chat experience, just in case she tries to do anything to crash him. Yeah, he's allowed to say that lust is a thing to the Bible. The Bible, I believe, talks about lust being a bad thing within itself. So yeah, he's allowed to compare lust to the gospel. That's completely allowed. It's not lust of what, like, lust is just a word to describe the feeling of craving desire in a sexual way. And though he was using it wrong, the Bible still does use the word lust, and I don't think the Bible's like religious, or I don't think the word lust is restricted to religion or non-religion. It's open. It's a word. It's like saying that you're not allowed to say because you're Christian. Lust does, like I said, fall into the Bible is one of the things. Actually, let me. He's not forcing lust to be a part of Christian beliefs. It's been Christian. Not saying that lust, the word itself, is Christian. It's just like I don't get what she's. I don't get her point. It's hard for me to argue with it because it's such a stupid point of her trying to say he's not allowed to use lust when talking about God because she thinks that he's trying to claim the word lust and make the word lust Christian. Though the Bible's always stated that lust was bad. And I don't think you can force religions to be allowed certain words. I don't know, it's so stupid. He's not a real Christian. He came down here with the name Jesus saves, and I don't think he's fucking real. We should burn him. I don't know what she's getting at. Yeah, no. Yeah, so the Bible urges people to spread the gospel, I'm pretty sure. I'm not religious. My brother, everything I know is from my brother basically. The Bible does Look at British James shaking his head like she's got a point. Talking about religion is the equivalent of walking around saying you should kill yourself, or walking around saying that they're about to commit suicide. Like, no, it's not. Wait, Viso FBT user single. Okay. Mental state suicidal, and that girl was just talking about the equivalent talking about suicide. Yeah, so kind of like what Charlie Kirk did, where he said that he would encourage the Bible, but he never actually directly enforced it. Yet, I don't think you people, or not you people, but I don't think people even like. I find ways that people manage to hate anyone, because despite Charlie Kirk not forcing his religion, he was still shot. So you saying, "Oh, you could be Christian and talk about it, just not force it, and I will like you," clearly doesn't apply to everyone. It seems like maybe we have a society of multiple different people. This is so alright, hear me out. It sounds like the world is configured out of people who have different opinions, beliefs, ways to talk about things, ways to share. And just as equal as there are people that have that kind of freedom to have that kind of differentiation or different beliefs, is the equivalent amount of freedom to have someone like this who absolutely hates you for having your own freedoms like them. There it comes out. There it comes out. The whole reason why she targeted him is because she don't believe in that. What a icebreaker there, huh? What a how blindsided I am to hear that fact. She don't believe in it. That I think we got the answer on the whole reason why she hated him. I think I actually mentioned that the second she turned the corner and mentioned the words God that he was saying. She's stating that he made his pronouns Jesus saved as if it's like a law, like not a law, but like when the lawyer comes in and kicks in the door and he's like, Judge, I present you the best evidence in the world, and he lays out his paper and it's just like mind-boggling blow-throughs. She's kind of painting it like that in a way where it's like his pronouns were Jesus saves. I rest my case. Kill him. Like I don't you no matter how much you re-mention that, I don't think it's changing anything. He's defending him because you all are wrong, and it's wrong for you to treat a man like he's a piece of shit for his religion. It worked like a charm. He probably said, or he probably DM'd her, I don't know. And said he's back, and she had to come in just to make sure she can throw her opinion out some more. Yeah, it seemed like the conversation expanded. I don't know if this has ever happened to Trippy in his whole entire life, but he came over to a friend's house, maybe, started talking about a subject, but the subject managed to change. It's a strange phenomenon called conversating and multiple topics and multiple things to talk about. It's so weird, isn't it? I think the main offense here is that they did not keep it purely focused on the TV show, I think. That's so weird. Huh. I also hate how conversations evolve. I hate how we can talk about multiple different things while being in an environment. Again, my brother, he's Christian, but he don't talk about God every day. He does talk about God, and when he does, it's a pretty like you can tell it's an opinion that he really cares about. It's a thing. It's a subject that he's really passionate about. But it's again, it's not like every day's that. She's acting like all Christians just wake up in the morning and they're like, let's talk about it. Let's go find someone and just bark in their ear. No, you probably just have a really either a every time you see a Christian, your asshole curdles so hard that it's entrapped in your mind forever. So it feels like you're running into him all the time. Or B, your RNG is so fucking good you keep on running into Christians, but I don't think every Christian just wakes up every day talking about God. Okay, so not only do you hate Christians, but you hate posing Christians. So what is someone who believes in God to you? How are they correct to you? I'm a little bit confused on what defines a fake Christian to a real Christian. As far as I know, the dude just the conversation evolved to lust, and the dude mentioned how lust applies to the Bible as well, or something, and it set her off. But again, I think what it took was mentioning the VR thing, how questies drool over PC VR and lust over it, and she decided because she's more likely a questie that she's gonna shame the religion because not only does she disagree with the religion, but she's also a questie, so that topic got her offended. Love and lust are two very different defined lines. She keeps on mentioning this. I want to throw this out there just in case. Lust is the pure desire of sexual attraction and nothing more, while love is a deeper seated connection. Those are two very different things. Those are two very different things. One, when you get succeeded in, you feel empty in, and the other, you just keep on finding other ways to love each other or grow with each other. Love and lust are two very different things. Lust is desire for a one time or an intense craving. Love is like a bond that you want to last. So, two very different things. Google it. Google it. Actually, the host was not getting picked on. The host actually defended the guy that you're currently still trying to talk shit to. And people like you also ick me. Tyranty people who believe in that people shouldn't have the freedom of religion or speech. That also icks me. I bet you Trippy and Goth Sushi are already broken up with. And he's over here petting her and also joining her entertainment of shaming people with beliefs. I just have a very gut wrenching feelings. I've seen VR relationships and I've seen how they go. So I was right all the way across the board. She attacked him over his religion, and she attacked him because he mentioned the questies, the hating PCs, especially full bodies, and she's one of those that hate them. I hit home runs across the whole. You know, I don't think this is something that I can really get into. So let's update Back down to main. Which one should I do? These all look so good. I love reacting to things like this. Hey, there's my one of my biggest influences on why I want to do YouTube as a career, Moist Critical. My number one influencer to make me want to do YouTube as a career is Markiplier. Markiplier, if you're watching this, thank you for being there for young me. Top 10 scary ghosts to make you cry. I cannot be I cannot wait to be crying over this. Okay, so we got a guy walking around the woods right now. He found a person just vibing in the window. Let me see if I can explain this one. Hold on. Let's see if I can defalsify this ghost spotting. Okay, he's seen it right there. And unlike other ghost hunters who just completely ignore it and let the people who view it, he actually draws direct attention to it. To the point where we can see this is actually a human being. The only thing that I can presume is that there's a cut there. Just a really well edited cut. Which I know is possible to edit them and those cuts so good that they seem seamless. Because I've done it for my trolling video with the Backrooms camera clip. Which, if you were to try to look for the cut, it would be really hard to find. Also, this is a very unhuman reaction to if you just got scared the shit out of, or if you thought there's a ghost or a human in there, is to bulldoze yourself right into where you think the danger is. If I was a person who just spotted a face through window, I'd walk the fuck away. Like, I'm not gonna go in there and try to, like, see you. Because if you're actually still there, what the fuck am I gonna do? Hey, you scared the shit out of me, dog. No. I mean, that's a cool way to do it if I believed it was an actual person, but I don't it seems kind of hard to believe because if that was an actual person, why the fuck would I want to have like a conversation? I guess in a way like after getting spooked the fuck out of if they're in an abandoned like bus, I don't think they're like good to talk to like that. I'm not saying that they'd be bad necessary. It just seems like a very strange person to try to talk to. Very unusual. It's not where you make friends normally. Is he gonna see her again? She's gonna be standing in the woods staring at him? Or in the bus again? Knocking on the window? Spits a loogie on it? Nah. He's got the asbestos mask to make sure he don't get cancer in his 40s. He's probably already in his 40s, I'm not sure. He's definitely not young. 30s to 40s. You'd be surprised how unaged some 40-year-olds look. My dad looks not a day over 30. There's multiple things that can explain knocks inside ghost huntings. Option 1, it's a fucking friend. Kind of the clear option. Option 2 could be the house settling. After all, he's walking around a decrepit house that's been not taken care of. Or wind. I can't wait until we see the boogly. Does he capture the Boogaloo? In the red light too? Is he gonna walk past the door and it's gonna be in there like literally every other ghost hunt scene? And yeah, he like I said, sometimes they just don't spot it. They wait for the viewers to point it out. Cause I've seen that too. Is it gonna be following him? Is it gonna pop up again? Oh, I've seen it. It was so obvious that it's hard to believe that he didn't see it actually. So we got our answer. He had a buddy there, and this looks like a sheet draped over someone. So I think he had his little buddy knock on the wall, and then he had his buddy stand over here inside a sheet, and he's like, "Bro, this will get 4.2 million views, and we'll go fucking viral, and we're gonna be big deals after this." And when you're promised big money over wearing a sheet, you're probably gonna put on a sheet. You know, if I was promised $25,000 for putting on a black sheet and staying in a room, I would do that. Yeah, that looks like poor parenting to me. That looks like very bad parenting. Yeah, you'll be surprised how kids don't react. My mom actually told me a story where I sat in a fire pit. Not in a fire, I sat on the edge of a fireplace outside and put my feet in it, and my feet got like gooey and black, and I was a toddler sitting there. I actually distinctively remember that thing where felt the fire toasty on my feet, and I kept on bringing it closer and closer because it kept on getting colder and colder. AKA, I was burning nerves off my feet when I was little and kept not feeling the flames half as much. So I'd push my feet in further and further and further until they were like how she said they looked like charcoal and gooey. So she rushed me to the bathtub to clean off the char. Nah, the only thing that I'd be concerned about is the hairs on that child's head that's been burnt off, and the parents in CPS. What's he spot? Is it gonna be a person on the side of the street, or like a ghost pops up in front of his car? What the fuck was that? Hold on. Yeah, it's so fucking funny to me. Okay, the only thing they could presume is the person holding a stick in like a T pose. It's wrapped around their arms and they're fucking running about. It needs to go on Twitter as like the Tweaker Geographic is what that needs to be. Yeah, it looks like holding a stick possibly. I've done that like, hold on. What the, hold on. Yeah, that looks like a stick there and they're holding out their arms like that. Very weird human activities. So he spun back and he spots it. Or a tweaker. I think weird. And hilarious. Though the lighting does make it ominous. Cause it's haunted as shit, and when he goes there, the ghosts are gonna take his soul. That's why. Oh. Oh. I don't think death actually devalues a house or the renter's rental space. Um, People die all the time. 9 times out of 10, this exact house that I'm living in had someone die in it. People die everywhere. My mom actually pointed this out to me when I was younger, and I was on that like ghost or real. Bro, mankind's been around for such a long time that if ghosts are real, the whole entire fucking world's covered in them, even outside. In that case, when I put a patty on the grill, why is it not getting thrown off? Because in all technicality, ghosts should be everywhere. Really, everywhere. Well, didn't you say it was an apartment? He probably has neighbors. And sleep paralysis doesn't instantly mean paranormal. It's just a medical phenomenon that happens. I've had it happen to me. Though I didn't experience anything creepy. I just woke up and couldn't move. And then tell my body woke up. Is he getting strangled by the ghost? It's on top of him right now, just holding him and spitting loogies in his mouth. Yeah. I would get that checked out by a doctor, actually. I wouldn't say ghost. I would say check your health, man. If this is real. Oh, also, when I experienced sleep paralysis, it did feel like I wasn't breathing that well. It's just because you're aware now, but your body's breathing slower. Because when you sleep, your breathing slows down. But when your mind wakes up and you wake up in sleep paralysis, your body's still in that sleep mode. So it can feel like you're not really breathing. Very scary. But to be rolling around and actually holding your neck tells me that probably wasn't sleep paralysis. It's either acting for the ghost lore or a very bad medical condition that I would very recommend him check out before I don't know, it spirals. You mean the thing that looks like a dick in the top right corner? Like, I don't get it. That doesn't look like a ghost. That looks like a camera fuck. Like the blurs, especially in darker settings, cameras do tend to like bug out and try to compensate for details. What's that? Whoa. Okay, that's a stretch. That's a stretch. Got the buddy mapped out like a crime scene photo and everything. Got the nose down too out of that. Holy shit. It's Richard Ramirez. He fucking strangled him. Am I thinking of the right dude? Hold on. Am I thinking of the right guy? Yeah, yeah, it was him. Yeah, yeah. I that one was pretty on the nose. It almost looks like they did take a picture of like Ramirez, put it in black and white, and tune down its opacity to show the background a little bit. It looks like editing of Richard Ramirez. of Richard Ramirez. He used to live there in Japan. No, you know what I want to go over? I want to watch this. What's his name? Boogie controversy. Bro, I used to love Boogie growing up. He made videos with this one dude. I forget his name now. Um, let's see. I bet I can find him. Boogie, kidnap, made Jugganugget. Yeah, I used to watch this guy and this whole entire series. And then I found out that Boogie turned into a douchebag. Yeah, I was too young to be watching this. This thing was probably about a year old when I started watching it. Off the Wii U. Yeah, but apparently he turned out to be a very bad person. Um, hold on. I wanna watch an actual video dedicated to it. Let's see. There it goes. This is a long video. I don't think we're gonna be doing all of this. Let's get a recap. Which became extremely popular, unfortunately, among the internet, where people will take bad things about themselves and engorge in it to get clicks. It's honestly bad, like, mukbang creators, like, it's horrible to see people do that to themselves and mutilate themselves in such a way. Um, but hey, if it works, but at what cost? That's the big thing you gotta look at. Though I'm not saying Boogie himself, like, made himself bigger or jeopardized his health for clicks. He was just trying to make a bright moment out of a tough life, which I commend him for. But he turned bad. That's who you were seeing earlier from the McJugganugget thing. That's Francis, his crazy persona, which would turn out to be more like the actual Boogie than what we actually predicted. I didn't know he was in a television show. Didn't know that either. I was one of those people. This is what I'm hoping will happen to me if I become like successful on YouTube is that I don't become immensely successful and then just have a fucking crash. That would blow cuz I mean from someone like me who doesn't actually have much of like anything going for them, I don't even have a high school diploma. If things like if YouTube does take off for me and things do go well and it were to crash, I would really have nothing. I would be one of those YouTubers that just disappear. Not disappear suicide. No, that's I don't want to put that out there. I would be one of those YouTubers that just kind of disappear from the internet and just have like a terrible life afterwards, kind of like Boogie. Is this actually the quality that his stream was filmed in? I think it is. That's no wonder why you fell off, man. You're still uploading in early 2000s footage. I don't even know what to say to that. Yeah, so this man, Boogie, the best way to like kind of like describe him is he's a man who tries to drown in his own self-loathing in a way. I don't use Twitter. Twitter is for degenerates. You will find nothing good on Twitter except for just very bad things. Is the best way how to put it. You can find literally everything on Twitter. I don't use Twitter. It is horrible. Um, I will never associate with Twitter. I will never endorse Twitter. It's bad. X now. Okay, I want to find this to get into more of the Boogie controversy. Boogie gun controversy. Problem is the warning shot did not go well in said Boogie's favor because the warning shot went right over top of a school. So yeah, it was pretty bad. It was a pretty bad moment. Here we go. For some pre-context, the dude that's trolling him is he's commonly known as a YouTuber who provokes reactions out of other people, especially just in general. Now, as for how they became acquainted to the point of shooting guns at each other, or Boogie shooting guns at him, I don't quite rightfully know, so I cannot answer that. But somehow we landed here into this. I think it started with like podcast jabs, and then to like calls on Discord jabs, to then just straight up gun to face at a doorstop jab. Yeah, yeah. So it was this big controversy. It was bad, but both of them in this circumstance are terrible. Both of them. I will not condone both their actions. The fact that Boogie over the call, I don't know if this video goes over it. This video, I don't know if he'll go over it, but yeah, there he is. So Boogie was just talking about how he was violated. I'm guessing younger age by someone, and the dude takes that as like an easy punchline, like, "Hey, you can call the cops, but you won't get untouched as a child," or whatever the hell the whole entire plot here is. Extremely fucked up. I'm just gonna outright say it. That's fucked up. I don't care how much you hate someone. That's just fucked. And that's where he went wrong too. Both were actually terrible. Boogie did have a right to pull out a gun. This dude just straight up here threatened his life, basically saying, "Hey, if you call the cops, they're gonna have to just clean up your body." Um, Stupid. I'm pretty sure that can even be chargeable as conspiracy to commit murder. I hate to be a stickler to knowing laws, but I'm pretty sure that's just a law. Is conspiracy to commit murder is still chargeable even despite you not having a body. Therefore, you're preventing having to clean up a body. So Boogie did have the right to pull out a gun on this guy when he pulled up, but Boogie did not have the right to shoot that gun under or the warning shots in his state are not allowed. Warning shots in general, I'm pretty sure not allowed. It's not like a movie where you can just like shoot your gun and be like, "Fuck off! I know how to pull a trigger." That's just not allowed. You're only allowed to shoot a gun if you have the intent to use it, which is why Boogie should have if I was Boogie and I genuinely, this is just a wild thought. If I was Boogie and I was like, I really want to shoot this guy, get him to do something that endangers you. That's straight up illegal, but that's the only thing you have to do. Because the whole entire thing is you're not allowed to shoot a gun unless your life is under jeopardy. This dude, even though he threatened to put his life in jeopardy, in the moment was not putting his life in jeopardy, and more just pulled up to throw sissy jabs at him. But they're both stupid. This guy's threat here gave Boogie the right to have the gun out in the first place. There he's clearly trolling him. The whole argument is stupid because here Boogie's trying to like be a bigger person and be like, hey man, I don't have no beef with you. I don't want to fight with you. And this guy's like, "Ooh, you're still a bitch." Like, it's just such a stupid, childish thing. I'm 19 looking at these grown ass men doing stupid shit. I haven't seen nothing like this since I was in school. Take him out to dinner. It's literally school drama. That's what this whole situation is. But the school drama escalates to the gun pull. I don't like this. YouTube has been getting really soft, or at least content creators have. They've been blurring things, refusing to say certain words. And I think it's so stupid to be like sensitivity policing on YouTube. Bro, freedom of speech and freedom to show, that right there is American as shit. I don't get it. I hate it. Also, not actually true. If someone walks onto your property, I don't think that just gives you the right to take their life. I'm pretty sure they have to like break in. I'm pretty sure. Like get into your house. So what Boogie just said there is wrong. And also possibly rightfully so because you just told him earlier in other podcasts openly to the whole world that if he calls the cops, they're gonna have to pick up his body. So, yeah, he does have a gun, but the problem where Boogie went wrong is first off, a warning shot where he's at is illegal or just not allowed, especially because a shot goes over a school or thought to believe to have gone over a school. But also because he, as just before his clip was playing, it was a call, I'm guessing, of Boogie saying that he's gonna enjoy killing him, which the whole situation by law looks messy. Now, this didn't happen, but just to clarify 'cause how much I kind of do know off law. If Boogie were to shoot him during this walk off, which I was thinking might happen when I was watching this because he followed him with the gun still pointed at him, that would be considered murder. The dude was posing no threat while he walks away. There's been numerous cases of self defense or robberies where the robber just start leaving and then get shot as they're fleeing, and then it would be the person that took the shot being wrong because they were no longer in danger. The casual strut away after just being an absolute piece of shit, walking home knowing you're gonna put this on the internet. Both you all are wrong. I'm not defending Boogie, nor am I gonna defend you. You both are just being shitty people. Exactly. But then again, him being looked at as a pussy is way better than being looked at as someone who just shot someone. So pick a route. No matter which way you look at this, they both still turn out bad, rather Boogie shot or not, or if Boogie shot. If Boogie didn't shoot at all, he'd be seen as the ultimate pussy. His warning shot made him look like a pussy. If he were to shoot him, he would look like a killer. This guy being shot would actually paint him better. Honestly, it would. Because people would be like, people would mourn him. Oh no, he died over something he stoked and brought upon himself. So there was really no good ending. Just one ending would have painted him better, and me knowing the whole situation would have been like, "That's disgusting." No one should be like. I mean, it's unfortunate that he died, but it's like he brought it to himself being stupid. At some point, you got to stop being mournful and start being like, "How like this guy's just dumb." Sometimes you just got to look at it as an overall, and that would have been a very dumb moment of a very dumb situation. This is where you'd get asked to talk about it, these guys right here, and they would talk about how stupid the situation was overall. Because both y'all are wrong. So Boogie, just after doing this, got home, or what? Not got home. Walked back inside of his house and started recording this to post because he said just today. So for him, this is all really fast in the moment. His heart's probably racing. He probably thinks he's going to federal prison. He's got to throw out all the information. He feels in a rush or in pressure, or even better yet, prediction capitalization. It's trending. He's trying to capitalize off it. Get as many views as he can off it. Yeah, because it's just today. True. Which I do condemn it, but I also don't fully like go along with everything you've ever done. Like you're not a pure victim. And a few houses. And these over here. And you don't know how far it's actually traveling. You don't know like the momentum, like how high. So it's probably there for like a few hours. Yep. Oh wow, he changed real quick. A little bit more for so you know who the community he's right now begging for. Boogie has rug pulled his own community before. If you don't know what rug pulling is, it's basically where you make a type of Bitcoin or like, you know, currency and you get people to put into it and put into it and put into it. And when it becomes high enough to your desire, you sell out, just completely crashing it, burning the value of it, and throwing everyone in it. And he was encouraging his own community to join that rug pull, promising it'd be something good before he ended up rug pulling them. So, you know, he's right now asking the community he's already rug pulled for more money. Nice. Yeah, I get it. I get it. As I already said, you both were bad in this scenario. I think that's enough that we need to know off the gunshot incident. We know how it both ends, I guess. It seems like Boogie had tons of legal fees, the other guy was dismissed for charges, and both came out looking absolutely stupid. Let's watch some more VR chat controversies, huh? VR chat players make the craziest claims. Alright, bet. Hold on, let me do this really quick. Put it back down to main. Uh-oh. The main, and then open this guy. And yeah, that helps keep me illuminated. Great. Hmm. Yeah, it's the Fortnite version. Stunt Devil's what she definitely said. I feel like this video is fucked up because clearly this guy has some sort of learning like disability, I feel like. And right now they're just gonna like reef him. Like reef? I don't know. They're just gonna like be on him. And I feel like that's kind of fucked up. For the other thing, I had room to speak on because, you know, it's fucking Boogie, and I'm pretty sure he's competent. He's clearly competent enough to have a gun. Um, but that one just kind of feels fucked. Yeah, let's watch some Yeah, Predophiles. Who is this that's doing this video? Alright. The pitiful furry predator to catch a VR predator. Nice. Lock 'em boys up. Lock 'em up. Which is all factual. Like I said, in my years of playing VR chat, I've experienced some of these disgusting things being young myself. It's not like a sensitive topic. Like I said, I was too smart, but I've seen it. I've seen it attempted. And yeah, no. No matter VR chat itself is painted for children, which is why when we was watching the furry thing, I pointed out how disturbing it was. So he's completely aware of how old she is. That's disturbing. Fuck no. I'm gonna take a shot in the dark too. I'm gonna assume that he tried getting the decoy to send things in return. Lock him up. This is so awkward. This is so fucking awkward. Nice. Unfortunately, this type of interaction is like majority of the reaction you'll get on VR chat when you play. I'm so fucking disturbed. Oh my fucking. Oh, he did the. This is so fucking awkward. Oh my fucking goodness. I'm more ashamed. Trying to change the subject. You mean a homeworld? It's so awkward. When are you gonna. That's always the excuse with even Skeeter Jean videos or anything like that. I'm just going through a lot. I had a difficult time. I had a bad day, so I had to make it objectified on a child. It's a shitty excuse. It's always the same shit. It's so disgusting to me. Like it's horrible. Yeah. This is literally every child predator catch. He's using every excuse. I wasn't thinking. I was going through a breakup. It's every excuse. 24-hour watch. They really just sit here forever. There he is. So fucking disturbing. Next child predator catch video I'm going to is not gonna be that long. That's way too long. And awkward. I've seen this before, it's so fucking funny. It's like it's rehearsed. Man, she's on desk key mode. How the fuck is she tricked? That's like someone with a peanut butter allergy looking at a screen or a picture of peanut butter. Or walking in a grocery store and seeing a peanut butter jar and they just break out because they're just. Yeah, wait, that makes. So when she goes to like Kroger's, does she avoid like the vegetable aisle? Because that one would be a death sentence. Yeah, there's only so immersed that she can get on desky mode. On desky mode. This is so stupid. I think these are attention seeking people I don't know. Or it's like intense role play. Like they this is like the plot of this anime is the pink furry is allergic to tomatoes, so the whole entire anime plot is defend her from all tomatoes at all cost. They're tied to the way your body takes things, I think. Not by your brain, but by the reaction that your body takes to it. I don't think it's something you like. If that's the case, that means people can just convince themselves to not be allergic because it's all in their brain. But I'm pretty sure it's like an actual issue, not a mental issue. Did he say probably a proximity chat supporter? And this is his proximity chat. And they just, oh my goodness, hold on. Proximity chats are right there in front of you. This has got to be a roleplay, man. This has got to be like proximity chat's now their arch nemesis or something. I don't know. Bro, this has got to be like a roleplay. Like, nah, seizure, seizure. I'm having one right now, as a matter of fact. Instantly back to normal. Husker. Husker can explain everything, by the way. Like, what the fuck? This is so. I don't even know where to describe this, actually. I'm drawing a blank because of how fucking weird this is. I played VR since 2019. I still don't feel shit. It's pixels being displayed through a headset. Like, what is there to feel? I feel the controllers in my hands and the headset hurting my face. That's it. I've been playing for years. Through the portal. Phantom Allergies Part 1. Oh shit, this thing's a trilogy. Bro, what the? I actually I'm not even giving no commentary because this is just so fucking strange. I knew about this all. I mean, I've played VR chess since 2019, but this particular group, I've stayed, I guess, on the less weirder side of VR chat. It's hold on, hold on, hold on. See if this is what I'm looking for. No. I mean, I guess this can work, but that girl sounds like this. Where? What? I just seen it. Where did it go? Right there. That's the same fucking voice. It's the same person. I'm convinced. Even the Muppet ass scream. You could just edit around it or censor it. What are you talking about? That's my demonic side is crazy. Hey, pal. It's so fucking funny, Adam Blade too. So you're all incest. Incest. It's pretty good. Pretty good accomplishments. Okay, well, I'm gonna watch this, but I'm gonna watch this in my own free time. If you stayed all the way to the end of this live stream, you're a soldier, man. I appreciate you staying to the end of the live stream and seeing this, which I doubt anyone will be, unless I manage to like blow up and then people start watching all the way through the content to see like my past stuff. But if you're watching this and that hasn't happened, thank you. Anyways, I'll see you all later. I'm gonna watch this in my own free time because here lately I ain't doing a lot of commentary. I'm doing a lot more of that, and that's just not content. So,